My JC friends from around the country, it is once again my pleasure to be with you today on JCTV. I'm Matt Chastain, coming to you once again, not from a cramped up studio, but from the streets. It's downtown Athens, Georgia. It's a college town, so I can't say the mean streets. Unless you count the hippie kids over around the block and you're doing a drum circle, playing the drums too loud because it hurts my ears. But I'm on the streets this week to illustrate a point. Jaycees can serve our communities best often when we're here, boots on the ground, rolling up our sleeves and giving our time and talents to serve our communities. Oftentimes, we all get together in nice, climate-controlled, luxury hotels or conference centers, and we learn a lot, we talk a lot about what positive change looks like on the ground level, but we also have to remember not to get too bogged down at the chapter level with our meetings and our operations and our overall bureaucratic side of things. We need to remember that the United States Junior Chamber members are at our best when we're out serving. And that's my diatribe for today. And you know what? I have an idea of a way we could bridge this diatribe. We're going to stop here, so camera, hang on, we'll keep it steady. In fact, let's go ahead and put the little graphic around me so we can have our guest, this week's guest, and we're very honored this week to have none other than JCI Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Arrey Obenson, joining us today. Arrey, thank you so much for joining us on JCTV.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Arrey, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about as well, we've been talking to a lot of people about, is about what positive change looks like on the ground level. Tell us a little bit about your experience with JCI and what positive change has looked like in your experience in your home country or even your hometown.
Well, let me begin by talking about my hometown and my own experience. Positive change, means a lot to me when I think that I came from a city of about 150,000 people, and there was no public hospital available for people within the city who could not afford private access to private doctors. And how we members of our organization sat down with the director of the hospital who said that his hospital was falling apart, and how we decided as young people, 23, 24, 25 years old, we decided to take upon ourselves to rebuild that hospital without even knowing that we had the ability to do it. And working together with the community, reaching out and explaining to people in the community that it was unacceptable for us to live in this condition. We were able to mobilize resources within our communities to be able to build a hospital in Lima. But since then, I've seen positive change affect countries across Africa, as I've traveled across Africa. Whether it is JCI members training 14,000 artisans in Togo to start up their own small businesses, helping women in Burkina Faso start up small cooperatives so that they can, create their own businesses, getting women off the streets. All across the world, I've been seeing it, whether it is in Germany, where members of JCI decided to take 1,000 young people who were high school dropouts into their businesses and give them what they call a second chance in life so that they could build a career for themselves and go out and start up their own businesses. Across the world, you would see this in Paraguay, where JCI members went to a homeless shelter, and instead of just giving them food, decided to work with that homeless shelter to buy land and get those people, teach those people how to farm. And the people started farming their own vegetables and selling and generating their own revenue. Or in the Czech Republic, where you have young people in that country who are just new to JCI, decided that the biggest challenge that they face in their country is to fight against corruption in the business or private sector, and then mobilized the government and businesses and brought leaders, community leaders together, and they all agreed that corruption was a big problem, and now they are leading a big campaign within their country to eliminate corruption. and we could bring this back into the United States. We're talking about healthcare in this country, and it's sounding like a political issue between Democrats and Republicans. But how about young people that the future belongs to? How about them addressing the healthcare situation? How about us changing the way we live our lives as a solution to healthcare? And how about us being that movement that creates the awareness that we change the way we live, we change the way we eat, so that 50 years from now, we are living healthy. Healthcare is not an issue in this country. How about reducing unemployment in this country? We're looking at government. Everybody's thinking unemployment is government's problem. But in our backyards, our neighbors, our friends are the people who are losing their jobs. How about we, the young people of this country, working together in our local organization to see how we could lift people out of poverty, provide employment for people? That is positive change to me, and I think that that's what our organization is all about.
Deputy Secretary General of JCI, Mr. Arrey Obenson, thank you once again for joining us on JCTV.
It's a pleasure. I'll be back.
For our next segment, let's throw it back to the studio to JCTV correspondent Miss Naja Bradley for this week's Chapter Spotlight. Naja?
The North Platte Jaycees are on a mission to make 2013 all about creating positive change. Nothing showcases these efforts better than their partnership with Nebraska Land Days. Nebraska Land Days is the official celebration for the great state of Nebraska. 80 to 85,000 people attend the 16-day festival every year. This year, the Jaycees will be hosting their 45th annual Flapjack Feed, where they serve pancakes and sausage to over 800 people. It was an extra special event this year, as 2 of our North Platte Jaycees board of directors got engaged during the Flapjack Feed. Tara and Andrew's special moment was shared on TV stations all over Nebraska and apparently in Kentucky, Michigan, Connecticut, and Colorado. By the way, she said yes. The Jaycees also helped with the logistics and entry into the summer concert series. This year, the Jaycees helped with the concert operations for Kid Rock, Lee Brice, Sick Puppies, and Hailstorm. North Platte utilized 23 members, 4 senators, and 3 potential members throughout the 2-day concert series. Although these projects keep 54 members engaged in their community, the majority impact of the positive change is seen from an economic standpoint. Nebraska Land Days is estimated to give a $1.3 million direct economic boost to the North Platte area. The overall impact of this festival is estimated to bring in over $7 million to the North Platte region. Back to you, Matt.
See, I like the idea of sweepstakes, okay? I don't usually win them, but I do keep hoping that Ed McMahon or Publishers Clearinghouse will one day pull up in my driveway and, what? He's what? Really? 4 years ago? I'm kidding, it's kind of sad. Well, you know what? I've got an even more valuable sweepstake to tell you about. A little backstory first. Each year, 2 months before World Congress, JCI members from around the world will pull together to send nets and save lives. Whether they're donating their own money or hosting fundraisers with their friends, families, co-workers, even total strangers like those people, JCI members work tirelessly to end the deadly disease of malaria. This year, led by President Crystal Ramsey Dice, JCI is committed to raising over $200,000 for Nothing But Nets, a big part of the Buzz Tour. Now, in order to achieve this goal, we need every single USJC to donate just $10. That's one net. In order to say thank you to such a big commitment, we're going to offer a great reward. So during this year's countdown to Congress, USJCs can send nets, save lives, and get a very cool prize. Any JC who donates here between now and November 4th of this year, the start of World Congress in Rio de Janeiro, will be entered to win a free registration to the 2014 JCI USA National Convention in Baltimore. All it takes is $10 and you get an entrance, you send a net, you save a life, and hey, who knows? You could win a a trip to see your fellow JCs in Baltimore next year for free. Can I buy a bunch of nets? Get a bunch of entries? I save a bunch of lives? Sounds good to me. Let's do it. Hey, last but not least, a couple of important announcements. First, hey, it's time for elections. Now share your new chapter leadership names with your state presidents so we can invite them to the local President's Summit coming up soon. Next, connect with Jaycees via mobile. We've talked about it before. It's really cool. You can sync all kind of things to your mobile device: webinar schedule, the calendar, register for webinars, view and edit contact information, submit your updated tasks for the Passport to Civic Leadership, view videos. Hey, JCTV, you could view this video on the app. You can share photos, much more. Download the app today. It's available at the iPhone App Store and at the Android Google Play at the link below. And folks, that is just about enough out of me. Frankly, I could use a little rest. I'm not used to walking during the show. Until next time, let's get out there and change the world. Hey, look, I'm wearing my pickle. Can you see? Look, wearing my pickle. Change the world positive way, positive change. You see what I did there? I should probably stop. Next time, folks, we'll see you later.